Hi, soul. So I see soul everywhere, and every time I see it, I think of my sparkles of light. So I've got another flip through for you, and this is the Viking Oracle. It's something that I have been wanting for a long time, and my secret Santa gave it to me. So we did an exchanging of names, mostly for fun. I mean, we still sometimes give out gifts to more than one person, but uh, a group of us decided to exchange names, and my daughter's boyfriend was in the exchange, and he gave me this awesome oracle deck that I've been really wanting. So let's take a look. This is by Stacy DiMarco. She also compilated the Gods and the Titans, if we could say that. Gods and Titans. And Goddesses and Sirens. Burn myself. And the artist of all three of these decks is Jimmy Manton. So let's have a look at the Viking Oracle design here. So comes in a nice box. This is Blue Angel. Blue Angel box. You've got the guidebook, which is a nice box-sized guidebook, and the deck inside wrapped up. And here we have the back. That's it's saying, I'll read a little bit to you. Combining the symbolism and divinatory significance of the 25 Nordic runes with a further 20 Viking-themed cards, Viking Oracle is a powerful and comprehensive tool for insight and guidance from the Norse tradition. This deck offers a portal back through time into the intriguing culture of ancient Viking society, moving beyond stereotypes of warriors and raiders and delving into the extraordinary Norse mythos and the intricate and powerful belief system of this ancient people. You're invited to work with a range of card spreads, striking Norse imagery, and deepen your connection with the fascinating world of the Vikings. So Vikings is my ancestors, and I feel very affinity towards the Vikings. What's cool is you can separate the rune cards and cast them kind of similar as the rune stones to get different kinds of meanings. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, so let me see if I can find a page. I don't think there's a page in here that shows the pronunciation of each card, so I might not pronounce it for you, but let me just take a look first. So I'm going to pronounce them as best I can, and hopefully you won't be too upset about it. There's a lot of words, though, that I do know because I did delve into the Viking mythology just a little bit, and actually pretty deeply in a place that I played called Second Life, and I was a shield maiden, and we lived in the island of Amran, and I was actually owner of Amran for a little while. And so yeah, I learned a little bit about the mythology, and a lot of the people that played along and created this world were very big into the mythology of it as well. So it was pretty fun time. So let's look at this book. So the contents. So the introduction. So when I was a young girl, I fell in love with all things mythos, like other girls fell in love with Barbie dolls. I would borrow books on mythology from my local library and spend hours of reading them. It all started with the Greek pantheon. Oh, that glamorous Aphrodite, that naughty Zeus. Here were these incredible beings with amazing powers who somehow still made human mistakes. Yeah, I was really big into mythology as well, even though I also played with Barbies. Okay, just a little bit about her exploration. Her meaning Stacy DiMarco. In the beginning, I thought I would introduce you to the rich, deep Norse cosmos by giving you a potted history of how things began. As you read through, notice the elemental energies inherent in the Scandinavian landscape: the fire, the ice, the snow, the waters, the big sky, the seasons, all which shape the Norse as a people. There was Ginnungagap, the gaping primordial abyss. So like how things began. Niflheim, I remember studying that because there's different worlds in Norse mythology, and these different worlds, you can, as far as like Second Life is concerned, you can create a whole world if you wanted to. Midgard is what most people are very familiar with, and Asgard as well. But there was like the elf worlds and other worlds. Yggdrasil was the big tree, and Yggdrasil had all these branches that explained all the different worlds and the levels. So it's all very, very interesting mythology. There is this. Okay, so there are 24 runes, and then the 25th is the void. So you'll see those cards in here that you can use and to cast if you like. And they'll tell you how to use this deck. You can dedicate your cards. You can do, if you can, take your cards outdoors for this dedication, whether you're by the sea or inland. You can use landscape around you for energy, just as the Vikings did. First, burn some bay leaves or sage, or best of all, pine needles or pine resin. Allow these to burn and smoke fragrantly. Next, throw some salt upon the pack. Sea salt is best, saying, I cleanse, I renew, I protect. Then light a silver candle and say, I ask that the power of the 9 worlds bless me in these cards. I ask that Odin, the All-Father, who governs divination and wise consultation, bless these cards. These honor you. I honor you. I ask for guidance and truth, awakening and clarity. And then some spreads. The 9 worlds draw. Thor's hammer. Past, present, future cast. And then we get into the cards. And each definition. Oh, here is the pronunciation. Fehu, okay? There we go. This is Uruz. Thor Isaz. Onsus. Rideho. Canos. Gebu. I'm just going to pronounce these and then I'm going to flip them. Wanjo. Hagerlars. Hagerlars is very cute. He's my kind of Viking. Hagerlars, I can't wait to show him to you. Alright, so maybe I'll show it to you and flip through and pronounce them. Let's do that. So first of all, I want to show you the backing. Pretty cool. And it is reversible. Alright, let's get through them. I am going to pronounce all of them. I'm determined to. So here we have Fehu. Let's try it side by side. There. Then we have Aruz. We have Thorisaz. Next we have Onsus. Then Rideho. We have Kanos. This is agreeing to a union. Seek equality in your relationships. We agree to a union. Viking lore in marriages. This is Gebu. Wanjo. This is seeking joy. And here's my bae. And this is Hagerlas. Hagerlas is the sting of hardship. The element is water and air. This is the 9th rune, and 9, great change. As a protective number and one that completes change, Hagerlas may be asking us to hold our ground, to take shelter, and wait until things get better. And here is now this. It's pronounced now this. I'm so glad I did this. And here we have Isa, which is ice. Like ice cream. Then we have Yera. Let's pick my mic up a little closer, I guess. The next is Awas, or you was. Then pair throw. Search your memory for the answer. You have experience with this issue before. Here's another cute guy. Let's see what he is. This is Elhaz, which means elk. And it's one of the Vikings' most powerfully protective runes. It resembles the antlers of the stag, which provide protection and show strength. Oh, it's intoned, so it was sung. He intoned, or something was sung before the action occurred. Here we have So'iolo. So'iolo. Interesting. This is about being on the right path. So'iolo. Here is Tirwas. Here is Berkarnu. And we've got the wind. It works its way through my hair, crown of ink. I smell its direction. I feel its way. Some really beautiful writing here. Awaz. Oh, I like this guy. I like his shield too. From the God's breath I came, and I was made whole, life-given, fate's chosen. This is Manos. Here we have Lagus. It is the rune of the waters or lake. So see how you can separate cards like this, which are just the runes, and cast them. Here we have Ingwas. Ingwas. Dagas. Let me put this over here so I can see. Here's Othila. This is about equilibrium. Also, the descendants kept particularly beloved ancestors alive by naming children after them. That happens, yeah. It's kind of like how we have namesakes, you know, to keep that name alive. This is the void. And it's saying, actually, it's a good card. It's saying, yes, the way is open, and it is all up to you. Here's Fenrir, the wolf. I have a friend that resonates with Fenrir. Here's Freya. Here's Figard. Figard is a place. It's a refuge. Hell. I'm not sure if it's heel or hell. I feel like it's heel. It doesn't have a pronunciation for it. But I feel like it could be hell. It could be heaven or it could be hell. Do you see it? There's hell. Beautiful. There's Loki. Everybody's familiar with Loki, especially if you like Marvel Comics. I'm guessing this would be Manny. There's Odin with the patch on his eye. Ragnarok. Skadi. So let's see if that's right. Skadi is about the darkness. And also references the word where Scandinavia comes from. And there's Soul. Did you guys know that you'd be in here, my sparkles of light? So Soul is all about your sense of personal power will increase. Be confident. Your situation will improve quickly. Do not procrastinate. Choose love or hate. Do not be distracted by gossip or mockery. These are lower forms of communication. Surround yourself with positive people. See, you are my sparkles of light. You are my positive people. Those of you who are mocking me are not really a sparkle of light. All of those who are kind and forgiving of my mistakes and, enjoy the camaraderie, you are the sparkles of light. So I'm just going to read this just for fun. Every cell of my being reaches up like the face of a flower, turning towards your greatness. You are the source of all warmth, the catalyst to my change, the flow of love to all things. Golden and beautiful, I feel filled with now. I am soul. I'm going to say that. I'm going to post that in community. That's going to be our motto, okay? I am soul. All right, then we have Sunstone. We have the 9 worlds. We have the halls. The Norns. And one of my, I don't even know how I would describe her, but one of the girls that created she created her own island called Yggdrasil, which has to do with the tree. And she play acted the Norns as part of her enjoyment of her creativity, of her place that she designed. Then we have, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. The Thing. We have Thor. The Valkyries. Okay, and I'm just gonna guess at this one. Vegvisor. This is God's given gifts. This is like a compass. It's saying you're never truly lost unless you choose to be. You can find your way even if the way seems hidden to you. Vegvisir is an Icelandic rune symbol of great power. The Viking compass. Okay, and then we've got Well of Weird. Yggdrasil is the final one, and that's the tree, like the tree of life, kind of the Norse tree of life. And I lived on an island called Yggdrasil, and it was kind of interesting memories. I met somebody very special there and had a very interesting journey. And yeah, but the whole Norse and Viking mythology is very special to me. And in this world, I was also Cherry. I was Cherry Enchantress, but I was the Viking shield maiden, and I protected my homeland. And so yeah, that's the mythology can teach us a lot. So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to use this with you guys to kind of get deep into this mythology. Similar to, here's also the Isis Oracle is also by this one's by Alana Fairchild, but this also has an interesting lore, so to speak, and spells and these kinds of things. So there's all kinds of ways to use these cards that can get really deep, really intense. Sometimes we can just take them at face value to add to our general reading, and that's what I usually do. But we can always get deeper into that if you choose. So if you like a private reading, feel free to reach out to me at my email address, which will be in the description box. So I'll be like that. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.